Hello Transformers fans, Adam here with my Age of the Primes Generation 2 GRIMLOCK. Let's get into it, starting with the box. On the front, graphics of GRIMLOCK in both of his modes, along with a graphic of Wheelie. More graphics of them on the side here, and don't mind me tilting the box, it's kinda big. But on the other side, gold statues of some of the Primes, and on the back, pictures of GRIMLOCK and Wheelie. Alright, put that back there, and let's talk about accessories. He comes with his trusty double-barrel blaster for when he's in a firefight with the Decepticons when he's in robot mode. And his only other accessory is this little figure of Wheelie firing a slingshot with his G2 colors. And he is supposed to be able to tab into Grimlock's shoulder, but small quality control issue. The tab is too big and it does not fit. Look at this. This is terrible. I mean, Hasbro, do better here, especially since this is what you decided to give us instead of Grimlock's sword, which we all would have preferred. Ay. Anyway, let's put these accessories away and talk about Grimlock himself. And check him out. Let's do a 360. He's the exact same mold as his Studio Series 86 counterpart, just with his Generation 2 blue color scheme. Hence why he has a G1 Autobot symbol on his chest and G2 Autobot symbols on his legs. And I actually wasn't going to get this version of Grimlock. I was and still am waiting on that 86 re-release. But then I saw him in a store, and I loved how he looked in blue. And obviously I couldn't help myself because, well, here he is. And check out the detail they gave him. His face with that G2 red visor instead of blue. His chest. His arms. Spin him around here. The dino parts on his back. Aim his camera a little bit lower. The legs. They usually do right by the Dinobots, and this is no exception. I am loving this design. So much so that it almost makes up for Wheelie here. Almost. And for articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so you have the 360 exorcist action, and make him nod. For range of motion with the arms, aside from some interference from the Dino panels, raise them up, bend his elbow, twist his hand, twist his waist. For range of motion with the legs, twist his thigh, bend his knee, and his ankle. All of which give our boy here some awesome posability possibilities. That's my term, don't steal it. And now for my favorite part, let's go ahead and transform him. Starting with his arm. Untab his hand, swing it in, tab it into place. Now straighten out his elbow this direction, and then untab it the other direction. And now his robot arm is his dino leg. Summon the other arm. Untab his hand, swing it in, tab it into place, straighten out his elbow this direction, and then untap it the other direction. And now it's a dino leg. Turn him around, raise up his dino head to get it out of your way, flip his heels onto the bottom of his feet, open up his calves. Now untab his shin from the rest of his leg, just like this. Bring the leg back while moving this little bar over all the way. Alright, get this panel out of my way. Bring the leg back all the way, and tab it right into his backside here. There we go. Summon the other leg. Untab the shin from the rest of the leg. Bring the leg back while sliding this little bar over all the way. Alright. Get this panel out of my way. And then tab the leg into his backside. Alright. There we go. Now bring out the two halves of his tail. So, 1 and 2. Flip in his calves. And then tab everything into place. So first on the back here. Alright. Tab his tail together. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. And now the front. Alright, looking good. Make sure everything is nice and tightened up. Okay, moving on. Now his chest plate. Gonna go ahead and untab it and bring it down. Tab into place both on the bottom here and on the sides. So move it into position. There we go. Almost done. Now flip in his robot head. Bring in these two dino panels. So 1 and 2. Now tab them together. Bring out his dino arms. Alright. Now lower his neck down. Lower his head down. Open up his mouth. Make sure everything is nice and tightened up. Okay. And there we go. There he is in full dino mode. Check him out. And what we have here is another example of why the Dinobots were, and still are, my favorite. Just check out this detail. His face with these chompers. Red eyes instead of blue, because again, G2 color scheme. And now you have a G1 Autobot symbol on his dino chest, and the G2 Autobot symbols on his sides. But getting back to detail. His chest here, the dino arms and hands, his legs, his claws. Turn him around here, his backside, his tail. Spitting an image of what we saw on the show, just again in G2 blue, which I am loving way more than I thought I would. And in dino mode, he has a great amount of articulation. Open and close his dino mouth, raise and lower his head, turn his neck, move his dino arms, his dino legs, his knees, his thighs, and his claws. Some awesome posability possibilities here. Again, my term, don't steal it. Now, so I don't get yelled at in the comments, before we transform him back, let's go ahead and see the whole team together. So, and check them out. All 5 Dinobots together, led by their king himself, followed by the other original members, Sludge and Slag. I am not calling him that other name. And then the other members that were added later on, Snarl and Swoop. Now, I do still plan on getting Grimlock's Studio Series counterpart so that he matches the rest of the team, but for now, I definitely consider this a complete enough collection. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Alright, let's put the rest of the team away so that we can transform Grimlock back. So, and let's transform him back. Close up his mouth, move his head back, tab it into place. Now untab his neck, move that back. Move these dino arms back into place. Untab these panels, move them back. Bring out his robot head. Untab his chest plate. Raise that back up, tab it into place. And since we're up here, we can fix his arms. So tab his elbow into place this way, and then untab it this way. Now bring his hand back out. Swing it around, tab it into place, and same with the other arm. Tab that elbow into place this way, and then untap it this way. Untab his hand, swing it back out, tab it into place. Alright, now his bottom half. Untap his calves. Move the 2 parts of his tail back up. So 1 and 2. Alright, now untap his legs, bring them back around. Move that little bar all the way over again, and tab his shin back into place. Same with the other one. Move that bar all the way over, tab his shin back into place. Alright, now close up his calves. Bring his heels back to the bottom of his feet. Okay, and then lower that dino head back down, tab it into place. Bring these panels down all the way, and back to a bot. Once I get them nice and straightened out. There we go. Okay. And now, again, so I don't get yelled at in the comments, let's see the whole team together in bot mode. So, and isn't this a pretty picture with our boys standing in solidarity? This will definitely more than suffice until I can get Grimlock's 86 counterpart to truly complete this collection. And this right here is the perfect place to end this video. So until next time, good night Transformers fans.